Hello, welcome to Dual Credit US History A, Unit 3. Okay, there is a lot in this unit, and there's a lot that you need to know about in this unit. So, I'm just going to go right to it and let you know what you're going to encounter in this unit. First of all, this is the political cartoon that I want you to look at for lesson 11. And it's a cartoon about Andrew Jackson. Um, Andrew Jackson was a lot different than any other president at this point. He was different because a main reason that he was different was because he was from the West. Okay. He was from, I think it was Kentucky, which we don't really think of as the West right now. But in this era, that was the West. Okay. That was in the Louisiana Purchase. That was, area that was being settled, stuff like that. So, he became president mostly his, um, because of the War of 1812 and because he did well in the War of 1812. And so he gained fame then and ran for president. And so in this political cartoon, you can see him looking like a king. Now, remember that this is like less than, this is 1830. This is less than 100 years after we had broken off from England, okay? So being a king was still seen as not a good thing, okay? And you look on what he's stepping on the Constitution of the United States. He's stepping on it looks like a seal of some kind. I can't quite read that. The U.S. Bank. I see that it says the U.S. Bank, the seal of the U.S. Bank. He has in his hands a scepter and then something that says veto. All right. So he was seen as kind of a different sort of president, and according to the person who drew this, um, he was a president who was not very well loved at this time. Okay. There was a bank war, there was the Indian Removal Act, where all of the Indians were moved to reservations. So there was a lot going on at this time. All right. The other one that I want you to look at, this goes with lesson 13. And in workbook 13.1, you'll learn about manifest destiny, which is the idea that we, the United States, are going to go from sea to shining sea. All right. This is our territory, everyone else but out, basically. Okay, so this is a political cartoon about that. And you can see that um, that she is going west. Okay, this angel is going west. It's called forward progress, I believe. And leaving the light in the east for the darkness in the west. You can see the buffalo um, that are going towards the west. You can see the Indians that are going towards the west, kind of being driven more towards the west. And we're bringing prosperity. We're bringing trains right here and right here, stagecoaches, covered wagons. We're bringing people, that came over and settlers and stuff. We're bringing farm communities, and hopefully these ships and stuff will eventually come west as well. So I want to see what conclusions you can draw from that. Okay, now the big assignment that you're going to be doing in this unit is the travel log, okay? And what I want you to do for this is figure that the year is 1850 and you're going to travel America and record what you learned through your travels. Um, you need to use 4 means of transportation to travel through 3 areas: the Northeast, the South, and the West. And I want you to mark your itinerary on a map, which will be included in your travel log. And then you can present your travel log in any way. You are going to be a person from this list, perhaps an abolitionist, perhaps a temperance organizer, itinerant preacher. Kind of decide on what your persona is going to be, and and tell me why it is that you are traveling in 1850. Okay, and so you're going to visit two places in each area. Here are places in the Northeast, places in the South, places in the West are right here. That's kind of awkward. I'll fix it. The modes of transportation, use 4 of these. And here's some information about traveling in 1850. This is a really, really good source that I want to show you. This is the Nystrom World Atlas, and you are going to want to use this, okay? Because it's going to help you a lot on your travel log. You see, it shows you all of the trails that you can follow. This is Lewis and Clark, so this is a little bit early. This is Indian Territory and a map of that, which is interesting. These are the trails of the West, okay? And then you can see how the railroads, inland boat services and how they all worked, and the canals and how they all worked. You can see travel time in 1830. You can see railroads and how they all were set up. So you can't just say that you got on a railroad from, from Savannah, Georgia to Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. That railroad did not exist in 1850. Okay. So please do your research. This is a great resource and this will help you a lot. Please look at this, okay, and use it as one of your resources. Okay. These are some things that you need to discuss. 2 of these topics that are listed below, in the Northeast, in the South, and in the West. Okay. And I want you to start off telling who you are, and I want you to write as vividly as possible, and make sure that you tell me what you saw, okay? And use the most vivid language that you can, all right? Here is your grading rubric, and writing, artistic, syntax, all of that, introduction, Northeast, South, West, transportation, art, conclusion, and works cited. All right. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me, and I will have all of this information down below the video assignment, and so that you can access it frequently. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.